Today, I want to talk to you about how to create strong body paragraphs for an academic paper, things that you'll have to write for college. I'm going to show you a method called CEEC, and in just a minute, we'll talk about what those letters stand for. But to begin, I want to show you with a paper idea, talking about maybe something about how it's better to start your college career at a regional campus. So I just made this up. We start an essay with an introduction paragraph to bring your reader in, let the reader know what the paper's about, and then also to end with your thesis that is going to make the claim, the main point, the argument, whatever that would be, that you're trying to make in your paper. So let's look at this together. When thinking about where to go to college, many seniors in high school consider going to The Ohio State University. The main campus in Columbus is where students tour most often when trying to make their final decision. However, they may not know about the benefits of going to one of Ohio State's regional campuses, especially for students living in Ohio. Ohio residents should begin their college careers at a regional campus like The Ohio State University at Marion because it can help them more easily transition from high school to college while at the same time saving them money. I have highlighted that because this is the thesis statement of the paper. So my goal in this paper is to then prove to my readers what I'm saying here, that first of all, I'm going to prove about how it helps them more easily transition from high school to college, and then I'm going to talk about saving them money. For our example today, I'm going to show you this particular paragraph. I want to make this one about the saving money. Okay, so I'm going to focus on that as my topic in just a couple minutes. First of all, though, I want to show you the CEEC. So I've decided what my thesis is, and now I have to create my body paragraphs. My body paragraphs are going to follow this CEEC format. C. So the first C of CEEC stands for claim. And that is the topic sentence of your body paragraph, which helps prove a piece of your thesis. It's a supporting claim. You may have heard that. But really, if you think about it, it's something that you're trying to prove in your thesis. So then you need to use E, which is evidence. So after you've decided you put that claim in, you need a piece of evidence to support that claim. So you do some research, you look around, you find a piece of evidence or an example that supports your claim. The next E stands for explain. So what you're doing now is, in your own words, you explain what the evidence means to help prove your claim. So in other words, you're telling your reader what that evidence that you've included means and how it's supporting what your claim says. Last but not least, you conclude. So the final C of CEEC is conclude. You restate the claim. So in other words, you go back to that topic sentence, you restate it in a different way, and you transition to the next paragraph. So let's put that in action. As I said, I'm going to focus on this particular thesis statement of the piece that talks about saving money. So let's look at a sample paragraph. Here we go. So I'm going to slide this all the way up there. Let's look at the claim. Starting college at a regional campus of The Ohio State University is more affordable than at the main campus. Okay, so again, I'm tagging into my thesis statement that said it's saving money, right? So now it's up to me to find that piece of evidence, and here I go. Here's my evidence. As reported on The Ohio State University's website for undergraduate fees, tuition for Ohio residents at Columbus is $11,518, and at regional campuses, it is $8,237 for the academic year. Notice I cite my source. Remember, folks, whenever you use evidence or examples, you need to make sure you are letting the reader know where that source came from. That way you avoid plagiarism. So I've included my example. Now I have to explain what that example means or that evidence means. This means that students who take even 1 year of classes at OSUM save $3,381 in tuition cost alone. So notice that example starts off with the phrase, this means that. It could start off with something like, in other words, or this proves that, or this shows that, or things that signal phrases that let the reader know you're explaining. Last but not least, then, I have my conclusion. In sum, starting college at a regional campus like OSUM instead of at main campus saves money for students who live in Ohio. Okay, so I've restated that claim that I started with at the beginning of the paragraph. I tagged into the thesis also, talking about regional campus students living in Ohio, and I'm going to move on to the next paragraph. I could do that easily. However, what I also want to show you is how I could make this paragraph even meatier. I like to say that, or bulkier, or actually I could use more evidence, because you know what? I have more evidence. I can prove more about this claim. So sometimes you find multiple pieces of evidence that can support the same claim, and when you do that, you have to now do CEEEEC. So if you have different pieces of evidence that can support the same claim, you have to remember every time you use evidence, you need to explain it. So it's always going to add an E and an E whenever you add evidence. So you're always going to add evidence and then explanation. So let's look at what that looks like when I add another piece of evidence and explanation to this paragraph. So you can see here that after I talked about tuition cost, I said, add to that, if a student can commute from home to class at a regional campus, the website states that it will save the Columbus room and board fee of $13,026. This is another significant amount of money that local students would not have to pay simply by commuting to a regional campus. So then I have my conclusion again. So notice how now by adding a piece of evidence and adding explanation, it makes it even a stronger, well-supported paragraph that's all focusing on the topic of being more affordable. The CEEC structure works well to help you stay focused, make sure that what you're supporting stays focused on your thesis and helps support that thesis, and it also makes sure that you are starting and ending with the same topic. So it's really beneficial to use the CEEC structure in order to make a strong academic paragraph. So I hope this helps you as you are continuing to write papers. And by any chance, if you have any questions, please reach out to anyone at the Writing Center for help, and we would be happy to work on this with you more. Thanks so much.